Good morning, my people. This is Rockets Propaganda, and this is your host, AK Infinity. Like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole nine. Um, we finna we finna get into some more points here. We're gonna follow up a little bit on the KPJ situation and why there's a silver lining of him no longer being a Rocket. Yeah. So I was last night when you guys are here. I'm actually recording this Monday night. But by the time you hear this, it's gonna be last night. So last night I was on a panel of the Chop Shop. Shout out to those guys at the Chop Shop, Space Ghost and Frank over there. They do a great job, man. Y'all gotta go be part of that CSG gang over there, man. You gotta be part of them. They really it's probably the hottest growing channel, hottest growing community of Rockets fans in Houston, man. They do a really good job over there. But on to my little comments that I wanted to add on. We were talking about over there on the panel. Um, so there's some things I kind of want to touch on here, and why it's actually probably going to work out for the better with KPJ no longer being a Rocket. One of them is I really could have seen, and I've seen other people mention this. I could have seen him clashing with Dylan Brooks. There may have been some times where one or the other not pass the ball to one or the other, and then they just end up fighting either on the court or in the locker room or at practice or something. I feel like them two probably they may not have really gotten along in the first place. Just seeing how Dylan Brooks is he's a head case, and but at least his is channeled on basketball. But KPJ, he don't have control of his emotions yet. He don't know how to channel it. He don't. And then you got to remember too, um, KPJ a lot of times would. Another point is KPJ kind of takes one-on-one matchups a little bit too personal, and then ends up turning the ball over, playing bad defense, being overzealous, or fouling, or stuff like that. Just not keeping his emotions in check, which is essential for a point guard. If you look at the greatest point guards ever, man, the greatest point guards ever, they kept the emotions in check. Now I know KPJ was no longer going to be a point guard anyway, but I was expecting him to be a to play a big role, be a big factor off the bench for us this season, possibly six man of the year contender. But obviously that ain't gonna happen anymore. Um, Now another point too that I wanted to bring up that I kind of brought up in my last video was Men Thompson and Cam Whitmore getting more playing time. Um, there were probably going to be some lineups just depending on injuries or what have you. Maybe want to go small or whatever. Maybe having Kevin Porter Jr. playing three. That's where Cam is going to get some minutes in, and um, which again probably going to end up being a good thing that KPJ isn't the one getting the minutes because Cam needs to get some more time in the first place. We need to develop him and see what he can provide for us long term. As far as a man wasn't we weren't really sure what his minutes were gonna look like with KPJ coming off the bench as well. But with KPJ no longer being with the team, he's going to play a even bigger role, I think, and he probably gonna end up playing a lot of times with the starters. He mess around and be in some closing lineups if he's playing well enough. I can see him playing well with Fred and Jalen, and you really could play him at the three with those two in on the same lineup because a man can guard, so he can guard on the perimeter, so you ain't got to worry about Fred being outside with somebody trying to guard a wing. Now, my man should be able to take care of that and still run the offense. So that's another plus. And um, with a man being the main character coming off the bench now, we're gonna see him pushing the pace a lot more. Because remember last year, one of the biggest gripes that I had with KPJ is when he either he get the rebound or get the outlet, he never really pushed the pace. The Rockets, for whatever reason, as athletic as we just were not running like we should have been. Like just didn't run. Like you would expect to play a young team like this, they're gonna be running up and down the floor. Nope. Playing slow, like playing 1995 basketball. We ain't even got 1995 players. It ain't make no sense to me. And then when KPJ did manage to get out on the break, he didn't know how to run the break. He ended up turning the ball over, making a stupid play, or just doing something off. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not trying to shit all over KPJ's game. I've been a KPJ guy. I like the guy. Well, not so much anymore after doing what he did. I still wish the best for him. I hope he comes out of whatever he come out of as a man, as a human being. I hope he get over whatever mental issues he's dealing with. And that poor girl that he beat up, I hate to talk about this again, but that poor girl he beat up, I don't know how she gonna recover from this mentally herself. But anyway, back to the point of the video. My last little point here of the silver lining is Jalen Green no longer can use his quote unquote twin as a crutch. It's his team now. Like he got to take over now. Like there's no more. There's nothing. There's no Silas to blame. There's no KPJ to lean on. No, nobody else. Nothing else, man. This is all you now, man. It's either you gonna take control of your destiny or you gonna let somebody else take it. But this is Jalen Green's time. It's his time to shut up all the naysayers, all the people that's down on him, all the people that's doubting him, all the people that clown him for whatever reason, saying he inefficient, he's just athletic, he's just a dunker, he ain't good at nothing else. You know, it's his time, man. It's his time, man. We got to see an uptick in efficiency. We got to see an uptick in playmaking. We got to see an uptick in defense. This is Jalen. If Jalen Green want to be the franchise player, this is going to be his year to prove that. Because right now it's up in the air. We don't know who's who. It could be Shangoon. It could be a man Thompson. It could be Jabari. We don't know. Hell, it could be Cam Whitmore for all we know. But there's no more KPJ in the picture. No more. He's out of there. Can't lean on him no more. Jalen Green has to show up. And when I say he has to show up, I'm not talking averaging 28 to 30 points a game. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as far as a point total. I don't have a point total on it. I don't want to put a ceiling on it. I'm talking eye test. I'm talking when you watch the Rockets, you know you got to stop that man. Because if that man is going off, you have no chance. That's what I mean. Like there's a lot of guys like when you see it, you know it. You know it when you see it. And Jalen Green has to show it. And once he show it, everybody's gonna know it. Or they're not gonna know it if he don't show it. It's all up to him. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, this whole KPJ situation sucks. But this is Rockets propaganda, man. We're gonna try to find a silver lining. We're gonna try to find, you know, a way to spin it and look at it from a Rockets perspective on the court, organizationally and whatnot. If there's any other news that come up, I'll probably drop another video. But I'm gonna be back a little active on this channel. Took a little bit of a break. Wasn't much going on anyway. But we back, y'all. We back. We back. If there's any video topic requests that y'all got, put them down in the comments. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Rockets propaganda.